Oh, the magical world of YouTube. And finally I reached 1,000 subscribers. So I was given this box a few months ago by my friend. I thought I was gonna hit 1,000 that month that we were together, but I didn't, so
it's a little beat up because it traveled with me quite a bit. I finally get to open it.
It's a moment that I so have been waiting for.
This is so me.
A scarf with YouTube logos.
Oh, it's pink.
A letter that I'm gonna save.
I'll save that for last.
And I opened the last little box, and it has a plaque for my 1,000 subscribers, custom made by my friend.
Oh my, that is so cute. You know, YouTube doesn't give you anything for the 1,000. This is so special. I don't know how hard it is to reach 100,000, which is what they give you a plaque for, but 1,000, wow, it was a lot. So I am never getting rid of this.
And the letter inside had a card with our picture on it, because we do a lot of videos together with well wishes inside.
That has to be the sweetest thing ever. We have done this together, so thank you, Anne. You are amazing, and I loved it. I would have never imagined any of this. For some reason, I thought it was a mug as it moved around in the box, because like I said, I travel with it a lot. As it moved around in the box, I thought it was a mug for some reason. And if you haven't seen her channel, it's Priority Focused Life. Can you see that?
And she's currently doing RP videos.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey. And thank you everybody that helped me to get here, because you guys just rock. Thank you. I appreciate all the support.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So with all this show of happiness, why do I say don't be a YouTuber? Well, these are the musings of my mind. If you're new to me, hi, my name is Karen, and my daughters and I have been traveling full-time for the past 5+ years. And when I first started traveling, I bought that camera. And guess what? I only use it for voiceovers now. And there's a few reasons for this.
Good morning, sunshine.
The first one would be that having an iPhone is just easiest. You can pull it out of your pocket or your purse whenever you want. You can prop it up easily in weird places without needing a tripod. And it's lightweight. And people don't really necessarily know that you're recording or that you're a YouTuber. And in some areas of town, some people don't like to be on camera. So even though I'm avoiding them, if I have a camera, they'll think I'm recording them. So this is just easier for everybody, I find. I also find that I have the flexibility of controlling the wind a little bit better, because my hand will usually cup the area where the mic is. So I like that a lot. And it's really good quality. I mean, come on, like, I really don't see the difference in quality when I record here versus when I record with my actual camera. Now, I do use my camera for like sit down videos just because the lighting is really, really good with the camera. And it's a little bit more constant. It doesn't adjust as easily as my iPhone does. My iPhone will adjust to a little bit of sunshine quickly. So then while I'm sitting there, I'll turn gray or bright or gray or bright. It's kind of annoying. So I definitely don't recommend to buy a camera when you first start. And actually, this brings me to my second point, which is I also don't recommend that you record your life when you first change your life in any way. So for me, the change was travel. I started traveling full time, and I thought I was gonna have time to record everything and have the knowledge to record everything. And the truth is that it's really hard to learn more than one thing at a time. And learning how to travel, especially as a single mom with 2 kids, and when we first started traveling, they were 8 and 10, so they were little, right? It really, there's not that much time to dedicate to something else. Not to mention, I'm also an entrepreneur, so I have a business. And it was just a lot. It was too much, if you must. So I definitely would say, take one thing at a time. So if you're gonna start your travel, go ahead, start traveling. Once you get the hang of that, then move on to becoming a YouTuber. For me, becoming a YouTuber has been a whole education, because there's so many aspects to YouTube. There is so much to learn. So I first started learning how to record, what to record, angles, lighting, sound, not catching music in the background so you don't get a copyright strike, how to tell a story, and then like how to record in front of people. Like, I would have never done this when I first started. This would have been so embarrassing for me, you know? So these are things I started learning to be comfortable in camera, to plan out in my head what it is that I need the footage of.
Buenos dias.
And making sure that the footage that I get has some sort of continuity, so I can actually, once I upload it, tell the story. I also like to make sure that I represent each business that I visit properly, so getting footage to represent the business is super important.
Buenos dias. ¿Me da usted negro frío? ¿El más grande? No, quiero un poquito de leche de soya si tienes. Okay, y 2 blendas.
And then things like this. In every video, I get a drink. Why? Because in life, every day I get thirsty, right? But I've also made it part of my routine. Every time I film, I make sure I get myself a drink and thank my viewers that contributed to this drink. Because without them, this would be nothing. I would not have any of this. I wouldn't have the channel, and I probably wouldn't have the coffee. And my life would be very, very different. So I tried to be as intentional as possible with all of it. Not only with my storytelling, but the way that I choose to live my life in the course of me recording and creating videos and having a platform in which I can express myself in general. So if thinking about every single detail of your day is annoying to you, I would recommend not to become a YouTuber.
Thank you, Al and Carol, for my coffee today. You guys rock. Thank you for your support.
These little moments give me a chance to feel closer to my audience, because some people will leave comments regularly, and I feel like it's a sort of relationship, So another thing that I have to do regularly is look at my analytics, and this is something that I don't really consider fun per se, but I do have to do it. It tells you if your video is performing high, performing low, the retention, like how long somebody or the audience watches the video. And this is all important because it kind of gives you feedback on what has been working for your editing and what has not been working. And of course, I make sure to answer all my comments, at least for now. I don't know if this is something that's going to continue, because some of the mean comments kind of kill me. I have to be honest, and that would be another reason not to become a YouTuber. If you can't handle mean comments, it's so hard. It is so hard. But I gotta tell you, Casey Neistat is my hero, and he does not read his comments, so part of me is thinking that might end up being me. Then I always make sure I always post in my community, just to keep people updated on my life and what's going on, because my videos are not up to date. They're usually a week or 2 behind, and this is for safety. Another reason that you shouldn't become a YouTuber. It isn't always safe when everybody knows where you are, so especially with kids, you have to be very, very cautious on how you post and the update that you give people as you go. If they know where you are, they can find you, and some people do. And not everyone is safe. Now, as I travel from one place to another, even by foot, I try to record transitional periods, and this is also for storyline. This is something that when I first started was super difficult for me. Because when trying to catch a cab, you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be present in the moment. And being present in the moment when you're also recording and also trying to remember your storyline and also trying to make sure that you don't forget to record something is so difficult. So I would say that becoming a YouTuber when you're trying to be present is just hard. Just don't do it. So a reason not to become a YouTuber is to make sure that you're present in your travels, in your life, and that is not always easy when you're trying to keep your mind aware of all the footage that you will need before you get home to edit this set of footage. Of course, I have tricks that I do in order to stay present, and after I've been doing this for 2.5 years now, so by now I have achieved some sort of routine that helps me be aware of my children, be able to have conversations with them, and at the same time get the footage that I need. Now, once you capture all your footage, now it's time for the upload. Now, I say upload because what I do is I get my footage, I put it into Dropbox on my phone, for which you require Wi-Fi, and then through Wi-Fi is how I connect it to my laptop. If you're gonna be in places that don't have any Wi-Fi, don't become a YouTuber, because it'll drive you bananas. There have been periods of time in my YouTube journey that I haven't been able to post because I've been in places that the Wi-Fi is just not good enough to create a video. The way my program works, I use Premiere as my editing software, and I use Dropbox to keep my footage. And all of these, they need Wi-Fi constantly. So as I'm creating a video or as I'm editing, I need Wi-Fi to be available because my computer would not be able to handle all the information at once. When I purchased my laptop, I wanted to make sure that I didn't get something that was crazy expensive. That means that my laptop does not have tons of data storage, and that's why I use Dropbox. In my mind, if I don't buy such a expensive laptop, if it gets lost or damaged during my travels, it won't hurt as much. So that was important. But like I said, when I don't have Wi-Fi, there'll be big gaps of time in which I don't post. And this is not good for the algorithm because your videos won't get shown, therefore you won't get enough watch hours or subscribers in a relatively short amount of time. So if not having a Wi-Fi could possibly be an issue for you as you travel, don't become a YouTuber. While I'm on the subject of big gaps of time, I have a chronic illness, and when I get sick, editing or creating videos is just not possible. I need rest, I need to keep my cortisol levels low, and any kind of stress goes against my illness. So there have been other gaps in my posting schedule that happen because of my disease. So if you have a chronic illness, don't become a YouTuber. That's the number one possibly. Just don't do it. It's crazy. It's really hard, but at the same time kind of rewarding. So then editing, yes, you saw that. Did you see that? The number was going up. It's not going down, it is going up. So this is what I do while I edit. First of all, I make sure I eat very healthy throughout my editing day, and I do yoga. I will take breaks throughout my editing to stretch and meditate and relax because it affects my body. I don't know if this is the same for everybody that doesn't have an autoimmune disease, but this is what works for me. So if you feel like sitting in front of your laptop for days, because sometimes editing does take days, you probably shouldn't become a YouTuber. Now, as you look around, you'll notice the lack of kids. This is another issue that obviously not everybody would have because not everybody is a single mom. But when they were little, they needed a lot more attention than they need now as teenagers. And me taking all this time to edit was not possible. That's why I started my YouTube channel when we first started traveling, but it took me like 3 years before I actually put out my first video. And as they grow, another issue that I had is that they didn't want to be in the videos. They did not want to be part of any kind of recording, and most of the time they get annoyed when I have to record, period. So if you have kids, you might not want to become a YouTuber. At least if they're young. As they grow, it'll become easier. And if you're a single mom, I have to say most of the channels that you see are made by couples, especially traveling channels. And that's because they get to spread the duties between the two, you know? Editing takes a long time, recording takes a long time, video planning takes a long time. So between two people, it's so much easier than it is just one person. Now there's plenty of single people that create channels, but usually they don't have kids. So those are the two variables. Either you have a partner to help you take care of the kids, or you have a partner to help you with the channel. So if you don't have either of those, maybe you don't want to become a YouTuber. Now grab all that and throw the fact that YouTube is hard. It is time consuming and it is free. It is free for as long as it takes until you get monetized. And yes, you can buy me a coffee. I've been having beautiful people buy me coffees for a couple of years now, but making big money that could actually sustain a lifestyle, that has not happened for me yet. And I just became monetized. But is it worth it? Yeah. I think it's super fun and I really enjoy it. I find it so rewarding to see my editing and storytelling improve every time I put a video out. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye. And then I post a video and it comes out 10 out of 10 and it stresses me out. But I still wouldn't give it up for anything. At least for now.